What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Monday, April 20th, 2015, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter at The Enter Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Hopefully, everybody had a fantastic weekend. The Academy of Country Music Awards celebrated 50 years of honoring the best in country music throughout Sunday's ceremony, and a set of Guinness World Record for most attended live award show, according to co-host Blake Shelton. Luke Bryan joined Shelton for hosting duties for the third year, which saw the venue change from Las Vegas to the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. In honoring its past, the ceremony opened with a tribute to Merle Haggard and a performance by George Strait called The King of Country Music by the host. Strait was one of 7 honorees of the 50th Anniversary Milestone Award, joining Garth Brooks, Brooks and Dunn's, Kenny Chesney, Miranda Lambert, Reba McEntire, and Taylor Swift. It has become tradition with music award shows in recent years. The bulk of the night was filled with 23 live performances spreading across 2 separate stages. Lambert was the most nominated artist of the night with 8, walking away with 3 awards on top of her Milestone Award. Her win for Best Female Vocalist of the Year marked her 6th consecutive win in that category, setting a new ACM Awards record. Luke Bryan took home Entertainer of the Year, while Jason Aldean was Male Vocalist of the Year. Vocal Group of the Year went to Little Big Town, while Florida Georgia Line nabbed Vocal Duo of the Year. There were some non-country appearances throughout the night, including musical performances from the likes of Christina Aguilera performing with Rascal Flatts and Nick Jonas taking the stage with Dan Pleshay. Taylor Swift was among the recipients of the Academy of Country Music's Milestone Award at the 50th anniversary of the show, and her mother was there to give her the honor. Her mom said, "It's my pleasure, my pride, my joy to introduce my daughter," after giving a speech about raising the superstar singer. Taylor said during her speech, "To the country music community, when I told you that I have made a pop album and that I wanted to go explore other genres, you showed me who you are with the grace that you accepted that. I will never forget it." She also added, "I'm so unbelievably proud that I've learned to treat people with kindness and respect from country music." Garth Brooks performed All-American Kid at last night's ceremony. Strapped with the red, white, and blue guitar to fit the song's patriotic theme, Brooks took the stage to perform his lively hit. The crowd gave a standing ovation as real U.S. servicemen and servicewomen walked down the aisle during his set and stood at the foot of the stage for that remainder of his performance. At the end, the Milestone Award winner tipped his cowboy hat to the veterans. The country singer was nominated for Entertainer of the Year, alongside Jason Aldean, Miranda Lambert, Luke Bryan, and Florida Georgia Line. He has taken home the coveted award 6 times in the past 25 years. R&B singer Bobby Brown told fans his daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, is awake nearly 3 months after she was found unresponsive in a bathtub. Bobby said at a Saturday concert at the Verizon Theater in Grand Prairie, Texas, "Bobby is awake, she's watching me." The crowd cheered loudly as he made the announcement. What Bobby meant is ambiguous at the moment, as there's been no confirmation that his 22-year-old daughter has come out of her coma. To date, Bobby Christina has been unresponsive since she was found face down in her bathtub at the end of January. Last month, she was moved to Emory Hospital in Atlanta to a long-term care facility. Chrissy Houston, Bobby Christina's 81-year-old grandmother, told a New York radio station, "We moved her to a place of rehabilitation. And still not a great deal of hope. We're still praying." Miley Cyrus made a controversial statement at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony Saturday in Cleveland, but it wasn't what she said, it's what she wore. The Wrecking Ball singer inducted Joan Jett into the Hall of Fame and performed Crimson and Clover along with Jett and her band, the Blackhearts. On stage, Cyrus donned a body-covered black ensemble, but backstage she wore a leather dress with cutouts and picked heart-shaped pasties over her nipples, each with the letter J written on them in honor of Jett. Cyrus posted a picture of the outfit on her Instagram page as he posed alongside Jett and Paul McCartney, who traveled to Ohio to honor fellow former Beatle Ringo Starr. During his speech, McCartney reminisced about how the Fab Four got their start. He said, "We did ballrooms and clubs around England, and we got a little work in Europe, and then we eventually came to America." McCartney continued, "Eventually we got on the Ed Sullivan Show, and we got really famous. It was just so beautiful. As of All the other drummers say he's just is something so special. When he's playing behind you, you see these other bands. They're looking around at the drummer like, is he going to speed up? Is he going to slow down? You don't have to look with Ringo. It is a great honor for me to able to induct him into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland tonight. In addition to Starr and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, the induction class of 2015 included the late Lou Reed, Green Day, Bill Withers, the late Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble, and the Paul Butterfield Blues Band. For the first time, Jon Stewart is speaking out about why he decided to ditch The Daily Show. In a revealing new interview, the late-night host said dissatisfaction in the 2016 presidential election were the main reasons he chose to step down. Stewart told UK newspaper The Guardian in a story published Saturday, "It's not like I thought the show wasn't working anymore or that I didn't know how to do it. It was more, yep, it's working, but I'm not getting the same satisfaction." The lengthy interview comes 2 months after the satirical news anchor announced he planned to leave The Daily Show after 16 years on Comedy Central's news desk. He also added, when it came to the presidential election fast approaching, Stewart knew it was time for a change. I covered an election 4 times, and it didn't appear that there was going to be anything wildly different about this one. After nearly 2 decades, Stewart joked that another plus to step down is he won't have to watch the relentless 24 hours news networks anymore. Stewart said, "Watching these channels all day is incredibly depressing. I live in a constant state of depression. I think of us as turd miners. I put on my helmet, I go and mine turds. Hopefully I don't get turd lung disease." Stewart began his long Daily Show relationship on January 11, 1999, taking over for Craig Kilborn, who had anchored the program for 3 years. Kilborn left Comedy Central for CBS's Late Late Show. Last month, 31-year-old South African comedian Trevor Noah was named as Stewart's replacement. Tim Tebow will rise again as an NFL quarterback, media reports say, this time with the Philadelphia Eagles. The former Florida Gators expected to sign a one-year deal with the NFC East squad on Monday. Fox Sports' Jay Glazer was first out with the news on Sunday. Tebow worked out for the team last month. The Eagles did not immediately respond for comment. The Heisman Trophy winner was a first-round pick of the Denver Broncos, where he found some success, including a sophomore season wildcard playoff win. Still in 2012, Tebow was traded to the New York Jets, where the magic didn't translate. The following season, he was released by the New England Patriots during training camp. Overall, in his 3 NFL years, Tebow went 8-6 in the regular season as a starter. He completed just 47.9% of his passes for 2,422 yards and 17 touchdowns versus 9 interceptions. The 2-time BCS national champion has a 75.3 pro quarterback rating. In late 2013, Tebow signed a multi-year deal with ESPN to serve as a SEC coach football analyst. The following September, he joined ABC's Good Morning America as a contributor, staying within the Disney family. While Tebow is still under contract with the media giant, his deal allows him to pursue a return to the National Football League. Glazer said on Twitter, Eagles looking for a 4th quarterback for their offseason program, but it's Tebow's best chance to get back in the league. He followed that up with this explanation for the move. Eagles spent time with Tebow's quarterback coach Tom House and are convinced he's improved a lot. If he has a no harm, no foul, as they have rostered spots. The late Christopher Reeves gets a nostalgic nod in a new retro parody of the Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice trailer. Reeves, who starred in the original Superman in 1978, squares off against Adam West's goofy version of The Dark Knight, who he played in the 1966 TV series Batman. The dramatic audio for the first teaser for the 2016 Warner Brothers release remains the same, while Reeves, West, and even Burt Ward, who played Robin, take center stage. Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, starring Henry Cavill as Superman and Ben Affleck as Batman, is directed by Zack Snyder and hits theaters March 25th next year. Conan O'Brien blasted one of his show writers on Sunday for sending a series of sharp and nasty messages on what he saw as the dismissal state of late-night television. The TBS show host tweeted, "I wish one of my writers would focus on making my show funnier instead of tweeting stupid things about the state of late-night comedy." O'Brien was referring to Andres de Bouchiet, a writer for the famously red-headed comedian's show, who took to Twitter on Thursday with a barrage of scathing messages. Dubuchet wrote, "Comedy in 2015 needs a severe mother shakeup. No celebrities, no parodies, no pranks, no mashups or hashtag wars. And shove your lip singing up your ass." In another tweet, he wrote, "Prom King comedy. That's what I call all this shit. You've let the popular kids appropriate the very art form that helped you deal. Fuck." While not naming any of the rival late-night shows, Dubuchet messages didn't leave much doubt as to the targets. The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon regularly features lip-sync segments, and Jimmy Kimmel Live is known for its pranks, and celebrity send-ups are common. Dubuchet may have seen the error of his ways even before his boss weighed in. On Friday, he tweeted that he was a bonehead and said, "Now comes the inevitable dressing down at work for criticizing other talk shows." John Oliver crushed CNN's Doomsday video on Sunday, signing up Martin Sheen to make a far funnier, more uplifting farewell to the Earth and humanity. The HBO personality also managed to call Celine Dion some sort of French-Canadian space mermaid in this segment, but we'll let viewers watch for that content. The former Daily Show correspondent and summer fill-in host rolled Ted Turner's super depressing Doomsday video for viewers last night, the one with the executive order to play when the end of the world was confirmed. Oliver quipped about the creepy cable network news clip and the channel that has archived. So you're going to wait until the end of the world to actually confirm something. Enter Sheen. Last week tonight brought the West Wing actor in the film. They pre-taped End of the Days video, which is objectively much better than TNN's pending offering. Sheen started praising humanity's accomplishments in the clip. "We harness fires, invest language, and engineered transparent underwater tunnels simply because we felt like looking at shark tummies." He then spent a few moments both mocking and tipping his cap to lions, being covered either way for how the end of the human race went down. Sheen drew the segment towards a close with the only images people would want to see at a time like this, a model of an Old West saloon filled with cat bartenders and cat cowboys. Naturally, there was also a cat hook. Before signing off, the actor gave thanks to peanut butter, water slides, the Beatles, and many others. Twitter isn't just a good tool for self-promotion, it's a great way to track down lost items if you have enough followers. Actor Channing Tatum, who has 7 million of them, took advantage of the social media platform to find a bag he left in a New York City cab on Saturday. The Magic Mike star tweeted before officially calling upon Twitter to help. "Dropped off at 42nd Street in New York City and left my bag in the cab. Seriously, left my black backpack in a cab near New York City's 42nd Street. If you find it, email me at findmybag@channingtatumrap.com. Thanks." On Sunday, Tatum took to Twitter to thank a, quote, good New York Samaritan who returned the bag. Tatum, who was last seen on the big screen in Jupiter Ascending, will be back in theaters in July 1st when Magic Mike 21 is released. Johnny Kemp, who rose to fame with the 1988 single Just Got Paid, died this week in Jamaica. The Associated Press reported he was 55. According to police, the singer's body was found floating on a Montego Bay beach on the Caribbean island early Thursday. A cause of death has not yet been determined. Kemp, originally from the Bahamas, arrived in Jamaica on a cruise ship, according to police. Further details about his visit were not immediately available. Kemp received a Grammy nomination for Just Got Paid, which reached the top spot of the U.S. Billboard R&B charts and was later covered by NSYNC in 2000. And finally, Furious 7, Universal's newly minted $1 billion blockbuster, cruised to its third straight week triumph at the domestic box office with $29 million this week, and it's bearing down to $300 million domestically. The ultra-action saga held off two wide openers, Kevin James's overachieving Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, which took in a surprising $24 million for Sony Pictures, and the teen cyber-bullying horror tale Unfriended, which was third, with $16 million for Universal. Furious 7 on Friday crossed the $1 billion mark at the worldwide box office in its 17-day release, and it's up to $1.15 billion globally, making it the highest-grossing film in Universal's 103-year history. It achieved the milestone faster than any film ever has, and it made quick work of the newcomers this weekend with $8.3 million Friday and never looked back. The strong second-place showing of Blart 2 was less than the $31 million that the original debuted in 2009, but was about $7 million more than analysts and Sony had projected, and it confounded critics. The PG-rated family film has the rare and dubious distinction of a 0 rating on Rotten Tomatoes, with all 38 reviews citing panning the film. Moviegoers liked it more than giving it a B- cinema score, and audience members under the age of 18 and the target demographic awarded it an A-. Universal's Unfriended was a financial winner too. The R-rated Blumhouse production chiller, written by Nelson Grievous and directed by Lee Van Gabriel-Dees, cost just $1 million to make. The marriage between the horror producer and the studio is clearly working. Unfriended is the fourth straight win for Jason Blum's company, coming on the heels of January's The Boy Next Door and last year's Ouija and The Purge Anarchy. Teen girls were behind the oversized social media footprint of Unfriended, in which most of the action takes place on a computer screen, and they dominated the audience too. 60% of the crowd was female and 75% were under 25. Typically hard-grading horror fans gave the cyberbullying tale a C cinema score. Just missing the top 10 was True Story, a fact-based journalism drama starring James Franco, Jonah Hill, and Felicity Johnson. It brought in just under $2 million from 881 theaters for Fox Searchlight. Child 44, starring Tom Hardy and Naomi Rapace, managed just $587,000 from 510 theaters in its debut for Lionsgate. The film last week had its Russian release blocked off by officials there who found its portrayal of that country offensive. DreamWorks Animation's Home was fourth with $10.1 million. It lifted its domestic total over $140 million. Next came Fox's Nicholas Sparks adaptation, The Longest Ride, which romanced $7 million in its second week. The Will Ferrell-Kevin Hart comedy Get Hard was sixth, nearly $5 million, and is about to cross $80 million after 4 weeks for Warner Brothers. A24 expanded the sci-fi tale Ex Machina from 4 to 39 theaters and took in $814,000 for an impressive $20,885 per theater average. The overall weekend box office was about 10% under the comparable frame last year, which took a little like this one. Last year, Heaven is for Real from Sony Pictures took in $22 million to finish second place behind a blockbuster that won its third straight week, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. And that is your entertainment report for Monday, April 20th, 2015. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter @The Enter Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio. Just search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to our page. Have a great day, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.